It's also what happens when you listen to the radio host, Alex Jones, who claims that 9/11 and the Oklahoma City bombings were inside jobs. He even said, and this really just is so disgusting, he even said the victims of the Sandy Hook massacre were child actors and no one was actually killed there. I don't know what happens in somebody's mind or how dark their heart must be.
Have Hillary attack you and Obama attack you and the communist Chinese attack you and call for your censorship.
See that dark heart. Show them the dark heart right there.
There it is, right there. I do have gray hair only over my heart, but the point...
I'm talking about Alex Jones. He is the founder of InfoWars, and he is now feeling the heat himself. YouTube, Facebook, and Apple all announcing they're removing his content from their platforms. Here's how YouTube explained its decision. Quote, when users violate policies repeatedly, like our policies against hate speech and harassment or our terms prohibiting circumvention of our enforcement measures, we terminate their accounts.
It seems to really have been prompted perhaps by Apple. Apple last night removed the entire library of Alex Jones's podcasts from their store. And then we've seen throughout the day actually, tech platforms just basically remove Alex Jones from their websites. After Apple removed the podcast, then Facebook came out this morning, and actually really early in the morning, and they said that they had unpublished InfoWars and other pages associated with Alex Jones.
Yeah.
And then YouTube, which had previously issued some sort of suspension effectively where they couldn't live stream, decided to remove their YouTube page altogether. And now we're just kind of seeing other tech platforms, small ones even, just dissociate with Alex Jones.
CNN's Oliver Darcy is one of the main reporters putting pressure on these social media companies to ban Alex Jones and InfoWars. Just recently, these companies announced that Alex Jones had violated various community standards and would be taken down. And in an interview, Oliver Darcy said that it took weeks of pressure from the media to get them to finally take action. But the pressure Oliver Darcy was putting on these media companies wasn't about violations of community standards, it was about fake news. In one article saying that if Facebook wants to seriously combat fake news, they have to deal with InfoWars. So if he's going to claim that his pressure and media pressure is what got these companies to take action, it would imply that these companies were taking action against fake news. On the surface, based on statements from these companies, it was about community guidelines. So naturally, many people are going to assume that the real reason Alex Jones was taken down is because he produces controversial content that they deem to be fake news.
Yesterday, Alex Jones became an unperson, straight out of the plot of George Orwell's 1984, where when someone broke the rules of the power structure, they would have all evidence of their previous existence completely deleted, which is what happened yesterday when YouTube, Facebook, and iTunes completely wiped all the videos, posts, and podcasts from Alex Jones and InfoWars. And regardless what you think of him or InfoWars content, this is the digital equivalent of book burning and sets a horrifying precedent for mass censorship by the big tech companies. They're claiming it's because of hate speech and pointed to several videos, one of which was Jones's commentary on the effect of Muslim refugees flooding into Europe, and said that it was Islamophobic. The other video involved his commentary on a drag queen festival in Austin, Texas, where he lived, which involved children in drag and other activities which I will not mention, and they said that his commentary on that was hateful towards transgender people. CNN has been openly pressuring the big tech companies for months now to censor Alex Jones, and now that they colluded and deleted over a decade of his content all on the same day, CNN still isn't happy, and they're pressuring Apple and Google to delete his app from the App Store now, where people can stream his show.
And today changes everything. Of course, I'm talking about the latest situation that just unfolded with Alex Jones and InfoWars, and for the sake of full transparency and honesty, you have to know that this is someone that I have previously worked with, have personally known for a very long time, all the way back since 2004, 2005, and because of professional differences with how he was running his operation, along with private events and personal differences that unfolded between me and him in 2010, 2011, we decided never to speak to each other ever again, and we haven't. heart. And trust me when I say this, if there's anyone to really dislike the man, it's me. But I actually think it's more important to talk about issues at hand instead of personal drama between people. And regardless of all of that, what happened today to Alex Jones sets a very dangerous precedent with severe repercussions for both people on the left and the right. And
go back to Alex's earlier videos. I met Alex in '98, I believe. And back then, Alex was going after George W. Bush when George W. Bush was running for president. And he was saying that this guy he's a puppet, and that he's a puppet of the CIA, and he supports genocide, and he was showing up at campaign rallies and they were arresting him. He was anti-right wing. I mean, he was anti what he thought was this globalist agenda.
And that's the most important thing about the campaign.
Sir, shouldn't we abolish the Federal Reserve and the CFR? That's the real reality that none of you will talk about, and most of you are members. That's what's destroying this country, Governor. Don't you stand for America, sir? What about the Federal Reserve and the CFR? You people are being lied to. This country's been taken over by Europe, and I'm being drug out. Laugh at it.
He also infiltrated Bohemian Grove when everybody thought that Bohemian Grove was nonsense. There's nothing really going on. He's like, no, these really rich people are getting together with heads of state and foreign dignitaries, and they're dressing up like fucking druids, and they have an effigy that they burn in front of the owl god Molech, and people are like, he's...
Begone, dull care. Fire shall have its will of thee. Begone, dull care. And all the winds make merry with thy ducks. Hail, fellowship's eternal flame. Once again, midsummer sets us free.
Crazy. Then he releases the video, and like, oh my God, they really do that. Like, he did some good work. The World Trade Organization protests in his video 9/11 A Road to Tyranny. Right after 9/11, he releases this video that shows that the World Trade Organization protests were infiltrated by these agent provocateurs who were most likely government agents with government agent boots on, by the way. He shows this in the video. They smash windows. They're all wearing masks. They light things on fire. Then they all hole up in one house. They negotiate with the police and are all eventually released. This is all done under, I mean, he proved all this. He showed all how this is going. Like, look at these peaceful protesters. Then the consequences of that, they established a no protest line at the WTO where you couldn't go by with a pin on. If you tried to get through with a pin that said WTO with a red line through it, they told you you could not wear that pin. You can't come through here. This is a no protest zone. And he's like, this is the consequences of this kind of censorship, and this is how they establish the censorship. They make it seem like your organization is violent and dangerous by introducing violent and dangerous elements in the form of undercover police officers or military. They smash windows, tip over newspaper stands, and fucking create chaos so that the government has to come in because now we have a violent situation. So then the military comes in and arrests protesters and silences the protests so they don't look embarrassing in front of all these people from foreign countries that are coming here to the World Trade Organization.
So what can we reasonably conclude from the information that we have? The quick succession of the bannings demonstrates the social media platforms are paying attention to one another's policies and acting in tandem due to what they perceive to be a popular will. Facebook acting at 3 in the morning is clear evidence of the politically sensitive nature of the subject. The deliberately vague wording of social media guidelines with respect to hate speech and violent content is being used to censor Jones. Hate speech is an identifiable expression of far-left ideology. Alex Jones is being mass flagged by activists and has been for some time. Alex Jones is most well known for promoting conspiracy theories and creating fake news. And what's interesting is that none of the platforms claimed that they were doing this because of the fake news. They in fact claimed that this was not the case.
Like about all the crazy stuff that he...
Well, that's definitely debatable.
Hey guys, let me cut in real quick. Yeah, Wow. We just got taken down by YouTube. They just killed our stream.
Really?
Yep.
Why?
Community guidelines.
Oh, we can't show his footage?
Video content restriction. Wow.
We can't even show his footage.
What?
What?
Oh.
Are you fucking stupid?
I'm not.
Because it's been removed? Jesus.
Wow.
How stupid are you, YouTube? All right, we are back. We were live streaming, and right as we were getting into it, you guys saw, if you're watching the VOD, YouTube, in their infinite wisdom, removed our live stream and gave us a strike. Which basically, when you get a strike, you can't live stream anymore. So some genius over at LiveTube.
LiveTube?
I'm having a fucking. You see what's doing to me? Shredder's freaking out. We've been sitting here for like an hour trying to figure out what to do. Some fucking genius was like, oh, they're talking about Alex Jones. Let's remove the fucking. You know what is so insane? Is that my whole rant, as I was just getting into, was I'm taking YouTube's side. That Alex Jones is a crazy conspiracy theorist who violated the terms of service, was doing all this shit that by YouTube's terms of service shouldn't be allowed. And what the fuck does YouTube do? They're like, you know what we need to do?
They all sit around and think, what's the best thing to do right now? The most best thing.
They're like,
that will make us look so much better.
Ethan is defending us. Ethan is defending us against Alex Jones right now. Do you know what we can do in one fell swoop to legitimize Alex Jones and to piss Ethan off and turn him against us? Let's shut his channel down and give him a strike mid-live stream. It's brilliant. Let's do that. Shut it down. What the fuck? Like, how can I even sit here now and call Alex Jones a conspiracy theorist when our channel just got striked down for even fucking talking about him? Not even, I was criticizing him.
We
And suck globalist cock.
That's absolutely what's going on. And